Salute. This is Jeff.
And this is Corey.
Hello, Corey.
Hey, Jeff.
David couldn't be with us. He's in a disaster zone at the moment in the state of Texas, so hopefully he'll be have power.
He'll rejoin us shortly. Well,
yes,
relatively shortly, not immediately shortly.
Yes. Anime. Have you heard of it?
So maybe a little bit. May have talked it over once or twice with David. I'm seeing a lot of anime in front of me right now, Jeff.
I am getting This is Zenless Zone Zero. It's one of the Hoyoverse games, which I have not played any of. Mostly because I didn't want. It got to the part where it's like, "Would you like to log in and create a new account?" And I said no. And you said, "Well, you can just hit the button and it'll use your PlayStation credentials." And I was like, "Okay, that'll get me over the hump." So it's Genshin and
Honkai Star Rail.
Yeah. And some other things, but those are the ones that are. And then is the most recent. It's free to play. Anime as all hell.
Mm-hmm.
Give me very strong Scarlet Nexus vibes.
Yeah, quite a bit of that.
It's I've done the intro mission. You are let's say a little bit more into it, so you can feel free to wax poetic. I'm going to try and do first impressions here.
Yeah, sure. Well, just for those listening at home, I've gotten to level 30, which my understanding is that's kind of the current hump that most people need to get to in order to unlock the story that exists in the game so far. So yeah, have done a bit of things. I still don't quite know how I feel about the game. As you touched on, it's a gacha game, and those can be very dangerous. But there is a gacha game hole in my life now that Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia is gone, and I was like, you know what? I didn't really get into Genshin or Honkai Star Rail. Let me try this new one. I will say, at the very least, love the aesthetic. All up
for sure.
Their animated cutscenes are something else. And from what I've been able to piece together, basically it's a post-apocalypse. These things called hollows, basically giant gaps in space-time, showed up, swallowed most of the Earth. Humanity figured out how to stop them, just barely.
Doesn't look like
but now
outside.
There are these essentially like these kind of labyrinthian space-time mazes all over the place. You're playing as these two characters who operate as sort of navigators of those areas, because when you're inside of them, everything changes around, so you need to do intense mathematical computation in order to figure out how to find anything you're looking for or get to an exit.
They're warp navigators, minus the spice and mutations, and adding in,
funny story.
2000s and 2010 street fashion.
Funny story. There is still the danger of mutation. People who go into the hollows who do not have sufficient MacGuffin resistance, I think they call it ether resistance or something, will eventually turn into monsters.
I know things been tight lately with the general election just around the corner.
They ask you to pick between two twins at the start of the game, and unlike their other efforts, the other twin is actually around instead of just being an ever-present, I have to rescue my brother. Or
faded into the background.
Mm-hmm.
That's very, another game that has that exact same premise, or that part of the premise. Well, most of the premise actually is the same. What is it? It's it's on the tip of my tongue. It's the Switch game from Platinum. Evangelion
Astral Chain?
with the Astral Chain. It's Astral Chain. You pick brother or sister, and the other one's kind of like there in the background.
Yeah, just like, oh man, I wish I was the awesome protagonist instead of the background character.
I don't want to make us a target for the association right now. If they found we'd been involved in hollow raiding, we'd be in big trouble. And it'd take a small fortune to pay those greedy vultures off. But I can't just abandon my squad, right?
With a very highly saturated color palette for eyes. Lots and lots of just little tiny circles of color on all the irises.
Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet.
That does sound a lot like Nicole's style.
Hey, don't be mean. I allocate a large portion of our revenue to the employee rescue budget.
Not everyone in here has Gosh, I don't know if you'd call it heterochromia
Deal.
or like
Still no
super
good? Then I'll
heterochromia.
add- Huh? You'll do it?
Maybe like hyper polychromia. Those words probably make sense together. Those are Greek. Just throw them together.
Yeah, sure.
Damn.
I mean, that's all that scientists and doctors do is they put a lot of Greek and Latin together and string them up.
And then occasionally they'll, put something of like, I don't know, favorite book or cartoon character, and then just put a little romanization on it.
Great! There's no time to waste. I'll be waiting for you in the hollow.
You get dorky, shooty ninja with strong Yosuke energy, and then analytical, emotionless girl because
I think
tropes
she's
are
an
here.
android.
Just listen to my sister.
Well, that's what? Why not?
Yeah.
We'll need your help to take Io
Oh
somewhere
yeah,
close to the hollow.
that is the other thing about the game. While you are playing as the
Bamboo
twins,
double, huh?
the twins
Keep
do
it
not
to
actually
Nicole's
control
wood.
the
I'll go
agents.
HDD
The
and
person on
have
the
to
right.
do prep work to infiltrate
The
hollow.
twins only ever. Well, you'll see what they
Well then.
control.
Let's get down to business.
And like every gacha game, there are so many currencies. Many currencies. It took some doing to figure out which ones you're supposed to spend, which ones you're supposed to not spend, and which ones you want to wait for something or someone important to come up so you know when to spend.
Challenge mode.
Casual. Challenge mode gets
What
you
does
no
challenge mean?
additional rewards, and it's just annoying.
All right then. Trial use.
Yes, because your
That's what
copies
you
of the
can
agents they don't exist yet. You don't have anybody.
Hello? Can you hear me, Nicole? You can put Eos through now.
Okay. Right, little one. Off you go then. Done. Bangbu's on the way.
Well then. Can we begin?
What? We're back here again? Damn, another fight? At the rate my ammo's depleting, I can say goodbye to my efficiency bonus.
Incoming. Get ready.
Wait, that wasn't me!
Hey guys, over here. Good work, all. It's a scarf-wearing talking Bangbu.
Oh! You're Faithin!
Somewhere at the old Metro Junction.
I can't hear that superior ethereal anymore.
We've gone one level down in cutscene order, but we still have in-game character models, which I assume, in case you have different costumes on them, we'll be able to see them. I would assume.
Great.
Don't actually think they have costumes, or at least not
Don't have
yet.
costumes.
Talking on a
Okay.
break.
I propose now is a good time to take a break. Is that acceptable, Proxy?
Take the first watch.
You all get some rest. Thanks, Proxy.
Whew. That was dangerous. It's all thanks to you, manager. You got us out of there in the nick of time, as expected from Faithin. Reliable as always.
You're using Faithin. Is it Faithin? Is the you don't have is the H?
Yeah.
It's Greek, right?
No idea.
One moment. Gonna get the urge to learn etymology. Son of Helios drives his father's sun chariot through the sky but loses control and struck down by a thunderbolt of Zeus.
Hmm.
You flatter me. I'm just doing what any Proxy does. I figured to save money, Nicole would have left us to fend for ourselves. Hiring the Great Phaethon to get us out is quite a surprise. If you hadn't come, I'm afraid we wouldn't have made it out of that ethereal's territory.
Speaking of which, I've always wanted to ask you about that device in your store. You know, the one that lets you sync with Bang Boo and communicate in real time within Hollow.
Exposition.
That's some serious tech.
Exposition.
Even public security and
Please
Hollow
tell me
Investigators
about
Association
yellow
can't do
text.
it. With a trump card like that, why didn't you just join the association? Whatever way you look at
Oh
it,
yeah, I did forget to
what
mention.
those
All of this that they're
holograms
doing
has to be
is
more
horribly
dangerous than the
illegal.
profit is worth.
Yeah, but illegal according to who?
The remnants of the government,
That sounds like an ethereal.
which,
So soon?
again, according to the lore that I've been able to find out, seems to be like
Unless, Billy, you'd
just
like to save
the
it for
remaining government.
that new Starlight Night belt you wanted. I guess I'll place it at your grave next year.
When you say things like that with that poker face of yours, I can't tell if you're joking or not.
Let's get moving. Follow me. Leave any combat along the way to us.
And you see, this is an B, so it's just a single B. That is 50% less than the normal amount of Bs for recent waifu reasons. We'll take what we can get.
Yes.
You just focus on leading
And
the way.
it's definitely not an Allen
Of
B.
course, it'd be nice if you lend a hand if battles get a little too intense.
She's also beardless. That one was mostly for David.
Okay.
Don't worry.
You did the closest exit.
If you're David, please leave a comment down below.
Please, manager, lead the way.
So welcome to the second sort of game mode that they have in here. There's some contention over how much or how little people actually want this to remain in the game.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
It is in essence just movement puzzles.
Hang on. Let me scan the
So
upcoming.
just like a mini game.
Fortunately,
basically.
there are no ethereals on our tail.
You're not going to get into a particularly meaty one
To the exit.
in this. Some of them, though, will start throwing things at you, like, oh, you have to move on to a certain square in sequence in order to lay down tracks to move an object from one end of the TV screen to the other. And if you get it wrong, you have to completely reset the whole thing. This one's just a more straightforward, go collect all the coins and stuff, and beat up the guys.
Please, manager, lead the way.
New enemies incoming. Don't let your guard down.
Push the dodge button. Yeah, like
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, the dodging on those, the timing is not, it's not as consistent as it is for other things that do that. Like, you would think that the
Wipeout.
flash means to dodge when the flash happens, but for their attacks, you have to dodge when the attack is actually physically coming at you.
Flashes for the
The flash is for them shooting it,
assist
but it's not for the
parries.
dodge.
There's the assist parries. Said that, mentioned that.
Yeah, the orange flash. Yeah, that's when you do the assist, which will do the parries. The red is
Come with me.
they call them unblockable because you're meant to dodge out of the way, but realistically, you can either dodge or you can do the parry assist into
Faster if we keep to the track.
a different sort of dodge / attack.
Scanning for safety valve. The system log shows that the valve is unlocked by inserting the preset amount of gear coins.
I'd rather play the game.
Even if I, and even if the so.
Agent, valve detected.
Ow!
Hmm.
It hurts.
Oh, so that's
Don't
what that
actually
does.
play the game. Okay. I thought, it was like, do you want to spend the coins or do you want to play the video game? The answer was actually no.
Yeah. I was actually hoping that you would take Billy's option because I did the other one. Because and here's kind of the kicker: those coins that you get once you leave that map, they go away.
Okay, so completely irrelevant.
Yeah, and like what it actually did was it took some of Billy's health to do that. So I figured that it would have used it as an opportunity to introduce this concept of corruption that they have in here, where it's essentially the longer you stay in that mode, essentially the more disadvantageous combat becomes. Like, enemies start hitting harder, you start losing your ability to do crits, just random stuff starts happening to you.
Your end is here!
I have an ult on now. No.
Yeah, you have
always
one ult timer for all your characters,
Okay.
and whoever is
It doesn't
currently
charge
out
up
uses it.
separately. Okay. It's very good production values for sure. It's a very strong sense of style and UI and whatnot. It is also the fighting feels good too, but I'm not sure how much of the actual game you play at this point. And I know it's these kind of games are always front loaded with
Manager?
context, introductions, systems, currencies, characters, tutorials. So
Right. Yeah, you have a lot of things to go. Like
Keep moving forward.
like your pause screen. Currently, you're missing somewhere in the neighborhood of like
Just
7
like-
icons on the pause screen.
According to it, now there's only 2 missing, but so there's more time
Don't
for
worry.
expansions.
Just do what my sister says.
That voice. Oh! It's the other
So,
Phaeton!
I do say the game does settle, like once you eventually settle into the usual gotcha of, oh, you got daily tasks, weekly tasks,
Confirming the hollow exit was stable.
and also like sort of story stuff to go through on there.
My
It's
sister was right about the
a fairly healthy mix of doing combat encounters and doing a couple of exploration things. There's a lot
I was
of
gonna say, is there any exploration or like actual like levels and I don't know, platforming or something?
no,
Something else?
nothing like that. Basically, you're a lot of the, well, when I say exploration, what it calls exploration are basically those big TV screen maps. It has a couple that are just specifically designed for certain missions where, like, you'll be tasked by random people to be like, oh no, I dropped my grandmother's brooch in the middle of a hollow. Can you please go out and fetch it for me?
Hey, Belle.
And there's also a mix of combat things in there, and then of course your usual gotcha things of, oh, you need resources to upgrade your characters. Fortunately, it's got a handy, basically like the tower from Devil May Cry, where you can just go as far as you can to get as much materials as you can.
Why would they desync at a time like this?
Going straight forward. Brace for impact.
Hmm.
We're gonna crash! We're gonna crash! We're gonna crash!
I feel like I would like the other 2 games better at this point. I think it's like Genshin has open world, so there's like an extra bit there, right? And then
Yeah.
Star Rail is like JRPG kind of like turn-based battle stuff. I assume that it has parts where you're walking around and talking to people, and instead of just like cutscene, battle map.
Yeah, it's more akin to Persona. Like you walk around just the town. You want to get your daily coffee. You want to get your noodles before you go into combat. You go to the record store so that she can make copies for you that increase the stats on all of your characters. That sort of stuff.
Okay.
Phaeton got the time and location spot on. Hey, you two! Get in the car!
Boss! Andy and I tried to grab the strong box, but that guy was so tough. What exactly is in that box?
Well,
Got a tooth necklace. Apparently a little USB key.
Mm-hmm. And you are in the middle of, I think this is chapter 1, or are you still in the prologue?
It said 0, so...
Yeah, I
Currently
forget
in zone
where
0.
the prologue stops.
A tooth necklace? For me? I love it.
what are you talking about?
I actually did like going through sort of the story mode of this one.
Okay.
At the very least at the beginning, just to sort of plow through things. Like it doesn't necessarily you don't have to do too much grinding to in order to unlock the next gate, where it's like, oh, now you need to be level 6 in order to do this, so go do random stuff and then come back. Like I didn't even hit a gate my first time through.
Yeah, speaking of gates, what is the actual limitation? This is free-to-play games. They always want you to get FOMO or something in order to come back later.
So
you don't have, you can only do 4 missions unless you pay.
So this is the other reason that I was looking at this one as my gacha replacement for Dissidia. There's only one mode in here that actually has what you would consider like an energy system from your usual games. And it is the one that you use to farm up promotion materials for characters. Everything else, you can just play it whenever and however much you want to.
What is this? Maybe I could try to recover the data with...
This is going on way too long. I'm skipping this.
Yeah, that is sort of the unfortunate thing. The prologue does go for a while. Especially before you get to actual
even though
combat.
I skipped that one, and then it didn't skip the whole thing. It went to the next level down of cutscene where it was unvoiced text dump. So, okay, I can actually control the character again. I think this is only as far as it takes me to walk over to click on the next cutscene, but so it goes.
Yeah, basically, you're now in what I was calling persona mode. Where it's time to go to the noodle shop and talk to the guy that operates the mechanic store. Never mind. It has disabled all of the exits.
I'll never be able to open the door. Still haven't found it. Well, that's the risk of doing the video at the beginning of the game. Yes, can I get... No, okay. Not time to do this! I haven't been authorized to use that.
Yeah, you are not authorized to be on the street. You can only be in the video store. Oh, right, you run a video store. With cassettes, because they were the only thing to survive the apocalypse.
I do like the... in the intro, not the intro, the loading screen. The initial loading screen is just it's like a couch with a TV running. I assume, little clips of all of these random fake animes.
Yes.
With like lo-fi audio going as the game downloads.
Indeed.
Oh, it's actually asking for a name here. Is this like, what is this, character name or is this account name?
This will wind up being your account name. Like the character names are always going to be Weiss and Bell.
Name? Sure. He's not Wise. I'm gonna disagree with that one. Bell, sure,
yeah.
That's fine.
Bell, Weasel, Bell and Weasel. Okay, got it. Took a second.
I don't know. I'm not following on that one.
Bell and whistles. Whistles and bells.
Bell and whistle? Okay, it's all the bells and whistles. Okay. We'll do a truncated version of the usual. I've entered the early 2000s GBA Tetsu Nomura section.
Yeah.
Look at these world ends with you looking icons.
Yep. I did not make the Persona comparison lightly. There's a lot of, I'll call it attempts at slice of life gameplay.
Okay. Claim, sure.
Just hit
I'll
the
take
square.
it. Why not? Why not?
Square.
I'll take those two.
Square.
I like it. Oh, okay. Square is claimable. I see that now. You keep saying square. I was like...
Yeah, square is the most important button in this game.
Okay. Basic attack and grab all things.
Indeed. Most of this is all just flavor text.
Fluff. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, what do random weirdos on the internet think about recent major story development?
Uh-huh. Fair enough. I wonder how many text boxes do I have to go to before I can actually play the game again. Let's see.
I think it's a lot.
Oh boy. I think it wants me to still... Oh, I see some other icons. I think I learned the open door skill, so that's nice.
Yes, you are now cleared to access the street. Congratulations. Yeah, you got the street achievement.
Okay. It's a little pleasant street. Road block. No way through.
Yeah.
Will it ever be fixed?
Spoiler alert,
patch. No. Maybe a different patch.
I'm gonna still say no.
What's going on, Billy? New car, old Smoky, golden years. Okay.
Yeah, it is not entirely clear why certain forms of technology were affected by the Hollows and others were not. I mean, realistically, yeah, there was just the Tetsuya Nomura style. I want to have
Yeah,
kitschy,
like we
weird
want-
stuff.
Yeah. Like, is there a way that we can just have people have maybe flip phones again for some reason? Like, I don't know, just make it happen.
Oh, you should definitely talk to the Bang.
Dog. Look at that dog.
Indeed.
That dog got its nails did.
Oh, look, the headline is talking about current story event.
I got some Denny.
Hey, you won. Just like every day on this one. Contrary to what the game wants you to think, those are actually not random.
Little shop. Okay, we got a bone. Oh. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on in the back there?
Oh, that's the record store.
I'm trying to see what is the mechanism with which this dog. Okay, it's got a dog bed back there. Okay, so I guess it means it just lives there entirely.
Yes. Once the day-night cycle starts kicking in, he will be sleeping there. If you talk to him, it'll say, it's like, oh, he looks like he's sleeping. Do you want to wake him up? Don't you dare wake that dog up.
Don't you dare. Got a little tiny entrance. That's very cute. All right. I think I'm good. This is on PlayStation 5, the version I'm playing right now. I was getting a little bit of stuttering when like rotating the camera too fast, maybe. But that could be the recording setup, but it also might just be like a loading thing.
Yeah. I have not played on PlayStation. I played on the Epic Games Store, so can't tell you.
Okay. It otherwise seems very smooth. The little bits of combat that there was nice and flashy. Anyways, make up your own mind. It's free to play, anyways.
Yeah. like I said, I haven't. Even though I have played to level 30, I don't know how much I'm going to stick with it like I did with Opera Omnia. But it for what it's worth, it hasn't chased me away yet. But it's only been out for a week, so we'll see.
I was curious mostly just because I haven't played any of the Hoyo games yet. But the backlog is too
massive.
Is too big for this one. Yeah, this one doesn't fit in.
Actually,
not to say
hit
that
the pause
I
button real
hated it
quick
or anything.
Let's see. Have they given you? Oh yeah, go to the agents.
Got agents.
You should at least take a look at these. So these are all the characters that are available to
free
pull.
one I got.
Yeah, so you've got your multiple ways of upgrading characters, which each require its own separate currencies and items and things, stuff to keep you occupied throughout here. So, but the character design aesthetics and consistency are very strong. So if you want to keep going right, you can take a look at characters that you haven't necessarily even unlocked yet. So, Catgirl with 2 robot tails.
Yeah. Rotate these characters? No, it's got the... Okay,
yeah, no free rotate. Best you can do is just go get different angles based off of the upgrades ones that you're looking at.
Soldier 11.
Yeah, who looks a lot like Anby.
there's some overlap there.
Yeah, which is why I think Anby is an android. I think that she was a line of androids, but I mean they don't have the same voice actor, or at least I don't think. And they don't have the same moveset, but they're aesthetically very similar. Here we get into the Bellabog people. Their thing is bears.
Their thing is bears.
Bears and fire.
Bears and fire. Based on the design, I was going to go with, hammer and fire explosions. It's very strong.
Yes,
Bakugo energy.
Yes, she makes things explode a lot. Now, Lycon, who is part of the Maids faction, he is a wolf butler who kicks and has ice powers. I want him, but the game will not give him to me.
You know what? There's not a single thing wrong with that sentence he said. So.
Yeah. So, here's another Bellablog. Grace. She's very, very, very strong. Basically, she constantly throws grenades. This is Ellen. She's on their current FOMO banner right now. Shark Girl with Ice Spear. Oh, Alexandria. She's a puppet manipulation.
Sebastian.
Don't know too much about her, but I hear good things mostly.
A lot of lads.
Anton, he is the most bro that has ever bro to bro.
Okay.
He fist bumped an Earth Mover.
I am always interested in candidates for new best anime fist bump. I'm not saying that that's gonna top Azra's Wrath.
Oh no, it is
always interested in candidates.
Yeah, he doesn't do it in a tier 1 cutscene. Actually, it only is only like 3 other characters, including Ben.
Oh, okay.
Who is the bear?
Oh, okay. For some hard labor. Oh yeah, that's Ben the bear.
Yeah, he is also part of Bellabog. He is the only tank in the game right now.
Okay. Fire and defense. I support Sienna and Montifio. Which one is Montifio? Oh, Day. Okay, last name. I thought that was and. Piper Wheel. It's got the engineering subtype, it seems.
Indeed. Like, I don't know much about the others just because I haven't drawn them and I haven't gotten to the point in the story where it puts them in trial mode and it's like, oh, you have to use these characters for this portion of the story because it's basically about them. Then maybe go to the store, spend a little money to pull on them.
Yeah. All right. If you enjoyed this, what we do here, consider like, comment, subscribe. The YouTube stuff, you know how it goes. You can also support us on Patreon, giving monthly. That does help. That does help out, so we can make more videos. I was gonna say then we can pay for the restoration of the power grid in Texas, but no, that's not gonna happen. We don't make that much money on the Patreon, but we can at least buy a video game occasionally.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could. Yeah. I mean, personal power supply units are a thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Although the fuel would be an added additional expense, and then maintenance on those things
Indeed.
as well.
Zenless Zone 0.
That's how they got you.
Okay. It's not quite a pun foul because it was used earlier, but it was earlier. It was a different context. I'll give you a pass on that one.
Like, hey, I'm only like a minor punter.